So if we just draw a stomach here like this is gonna be a super rough stomach, not an artist, but let's just imagine this is your stomach, roughly speaking. So this area is the capacity of your stomach. It's all of this, right? Technically speaking, you can fill up your whole stomach. Now, when you eat food, you have an option you can choose how much of that stomach you fill up. If you choose to fill up the entire stomach, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to feel very full and you're not going to have any air. No air. You can actually perceive this when this happens because you feel literally full. I feel full as in you actually feel sometimes short of breath, the nostrils become blocked. There's a lack of air in the stomach and therefore we feel full. So when we think about air, we think about the energy of movement. So in Ayurveda, the body is broken down not into chemicals and molecules. The body is broken down into elements. And this is far more intuitive and makes far more sense. So the basic elements which comprise the body are earth, just like our skin, our muscle, our bones. Then there is fire, which is just like our digestive fire, very important important element, and air, and also water, just like blood and sweat and tears. But air is an interesting one because air is governing stuff like our speech. Air is governing the movement of our body, the movement of our bowels, the movement of nutrients throughout our body, and even our thoughts. Because if you think about it, if you think about your thoughts are moving. And so they have the quality of movement and air has the quality of movement. And so the management of air within our body is very important if we want to manage our thoughts. And that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. So air is movement. Your mind is full of thoughts. Sometimes the thoughts are bad or disturbing, and sometimes the thoughts are good. So let's see if I can draw a little brain here. Pretty rough brain. So sometimes the thoughts can be bad, sometimes the thoughts can be good. Now, linking back to what we said earlier, if the air in your body is blocked because you ate too much food, you don't have sufficient air moving throughout your body. And so, according to Ayurveda, if you fill up your stomach too much, I deleted that, stomach there. If you fill up the stomach too much, then you won't have air sufficient to make your mind work nicely, because the thoughts will not be able to travel with the assistance of the energy of movement, which is supported by air. So we need to regulate the air in our body in order to regulate our mind. So have you ever eaten too much? I draw another stomach here. Really weird stomachs coming out of these diagrams. So have you ever just stuffed your stomach completely full of food, and then afterwards you feel tired, you feel that you can't think, and you just want to sleep? So that is very much connected to how we're blocking the air in our stomach. So management of the air in your stomach, or management of how much we eat, is actually directly related to our thoughts and how clearly we can think and how much we can become free. So from various diseases of the mind like anxiety, depression, overthinking. You probably never considered the connection between your mind state and how you're eating before. But Ayurveda makes this very intuitive connection that the management of air in our stomach, meaning whether or not we fill up our stomach to the fullest capacity or we keep it at a ratio where air is able to pass through the stomach, is actually directly managing our mental space. And so Ayurveda recommends, instead of filling up the stomach, if I can erase that, instead of filling up the stomach full up to here, we want to fill up the stomach somewhere here, about 3/4 full. Instead of 4/4 full, we want to leave about 1/4 for air. Now, the other half of the stomach should be for food, and the other fourth should be for water, because water is also going to help break down that food, because water, when food is liquid, it's more absorbed easily by the stomach lining or the different bowels. Because just think about, I mentioned this in my book, Fix Your Digestion Fast, the Ayurvedic method, that just consider if you have a paper towel. So if you put a potato on a paper towel, it's not going to get absorbed into the paper towel at all, because the potato is very dry and very thick. But if you put water on a paper towel, the paper towel absorbs it very easily. So if you think about your stomach lining as, let me just go back to my pen here. If we think of the stomach lining as a paper towel, because it has very fine pores that are absorbing those nutrients. So if the stomach lining is a paper towel, then we have to make our food as liquidish as possible in order to more efficiently absorb nutrients. Now that's a topic for another video, but that is why water is important, because if we don't have water, the food cannot be easily transported throughout the body. And also the same with air. So this is why, according to Ayurveda, overeating, there's actually many reasons, but this is one of the main reasons overeating is not good, because it directly affects the mind, because the air which transports thought is not able to flow. It's blocked right here in the stomach. So that's how you can have a better focus, better mind state, simply through adjusting how much we eat. This is the wonderful intuitive knowledge of Ayurveda. If you want to learn more about how digestion is interrelated with our thoughts and with the quality of life that we have, my book, Fix Your Digestion Fast, is currently available on Amazon in paperback and in Kindle form, and soon the Audible format will also be coming out. So you can grab that and learn a lot more about this super interesting topic of Ayurveda, which I make very easy to understand through these videos and through my book. Thank you very much for watching, and catch me on the next one, where I'll be discussing more very useful tips, how you can implement Ayurveda in an easy way into your everyday life and improve your quality of life tremendously.